Do you know one of the stories that still makes Hillary and I laugh is when you and your ex, you were dating her at the time, but you had just gotten a solid workout in, and everything's, you were taking a shower too, and all of your manhood was as compacted as it possibly could. And it's tight. It's not showable.
It's shit. Look, I had ephedrine beforehand too,
which also is going to constrict all the blood vessels. And what did we used to say it looked like?
It looked like an earbud.
It looked like
it looked like an infant's earbud.
Right. So we used to call it EBD, earbud dick. And you said, I still laugh about it to this day. You said you were in the bathroom and you couldn't believe how ridiculous you looked. And you said you came out of the bathroom butt naked. And this ex was all about you. All about you all the time. Would have been down at any time. And you said you came out and you looked at her and you said, you want some of this? And she went, no.
It was awesome. I had to show it to somebody. Like, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I could not believe.
Oh my God. I still laugh.
She said, how does it go from that to that? I said, I don't know. Don't know.
I've been with Hill so long. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But when you told me that story, I was definitely at that age where if it wasn't showable, you didn't see it.
Yes.
Like it had to be in the state where you were proud of it.
Yeah.
Now I don't give a shit. We've lived together forever. But that story made me, because you were still at the age where most guys
wouldn't have showed it. I had to show it.
You would have killed yourself. Most guys would have shot
themselves. I would have been. I had to let another set of eyeballs witness this.
Hey, what did she say?
It was so... She said, how does it go from that to that?
No. When you said, you want some of this?
She said, no. She wanted nothing to do with that. It was the first no I'd ever gotten.
It was like a turtle with his head 99% in the shell.
It wouldn't even hang down because it was so tiny. It just stuck right out. It just... That thing was aerodynamic. I'm trying to tell you. It was no movement in it.
Oh my God. I still laugh about that. That story is over 10 years old.
Hilarious.
Oh.
Thankfully, all the pre-workouts, they took out the ephedrine, but that really pulled some things tight. Well, let me tell this story real quick for everybody, okay? Where we went to school was a big campus, big spread out campus. Mm-hmm. And we went, I don't know where we were going. We were going somewhere. And there was a dirty pair of women's underbloomers.
I forgot about this.
Somewhere in the vicinity. And this knucklehead picks them up.
We did not steal these. These were like disgusting. On the street.
Yeah, these are street draws. Straight off the ground. He picks them up. I'm barehanded, I'm certain. And puts him in my fucking book bag, unbeknownst to me. And little did I know that this was going to turn into a several-week exchange of these dirty fucking underwear. They would turn up everywhere. I would be in the library trying to study. This is not true. And I would open up my Trapper Keeper, and there'd be dirty panties in there. That's not true, but they did show up everywhere.
I think you even told me one time, you're like, I threw these things out.
There was one, I went to go get food somewhere. You were not with me. I threw these things away to end this game, this disgusting, filthy game after a couple weeks. These fuckers showed up. I don't know how. I don't know where you got them to this day.
I think I saw you throw them out and went and got them.
You weren't even there.
I must have been not far.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
They showed up again.
I totally forgot about that. This went on for weeks.
Oh, it was forever. It was so disgusting.
And you would put them in my bag, which I just thought was funny.
Yeah, it didn't get to you.
I think you told me, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you told me at one point you were somewhere. It was either the library or you were in one of our classes where we split out. We weren't with everyone. And you said you had pulled out a book or something and they fell out on the floor.
It was... Yeah, there was people around. Dirty fucking underwear came out.
I literally forgot about that.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is so
I
fun.
didn't. I still have nightmares. I'm going to go to bed. It's going to be my pillowcase.
Oh, can I tell the stranger candy story?
Yes.
I love my girl. I do. I love her. And for people listening, we all met in school, basically. You and I met just before school in prereqs. The courses you take to get into the program. But all three of us used to hang out. It was me, you, who I'm talking to, and my lady, and one other dude. And like I said, I love my girl, but sometimes she does shit that makes me so furious. And she's like you. She's a little bit more of a germaphobe than me. Not going to eat, she's not going to eat food off a hospital floor, apparently.
As most humans would not.
Probably good advice. I wouldn't do it today, which is the funny thing.
Okay.
Now I know what I know about healthcare.
All right.
Yeah, but back then, I was a bigger idiot than I am now. But she showed up one day. And again, this is another story her and I still talk about. And she showed up one day and she goes, I love candy. I love sugar. I'm always eating garbage. And I think I said something to her like, do you have any mints or any gum or something like that? And she goes, oh, I have these little candies. I think she said they were Chinese candies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were Asian candies. She was like, I have these little Chinese candies.
No English on the wrapper.
Right, exactly. There was little symbols. And they were just loose. They were wrapped, individually wrapped, but in her bag. And she goes, here, try one of these. And this little brown candy, I unwrapped it from its individual wrapper, put it in my mouth, immediately gagged.
It was horrible.
It was horrible. I spit it out. This isn't the funny part, but this is the part of the first part of the story. And I looked at her, I said, what the hell was that? And she looked at me, she goes, I don't know, I got it from some lady on the bus. And I remember looking at her going, did you just give me stranger candy?
Oh, I can't believe.
She did that. She did me like that. And I go, did you eat one of these? She goes, no, I got it off, like some old lady gave it to me.
She got it on the bus and she handed it off like it was familiar.
And I was like, we were already dating. And I was like, and you let me eat stranger candy?
I can eat that. I don't know where it came from.
And as awful as that was, we still laugh about that. Because I was like, how could you give me, it could have been poison.
I know, she gave you stranger candy with a straight face.
And she took it because she didn't want to be impolite.
Yeah.
This old lady gave her a couple candies. She was never going to eat them because it's stranger candy. But she gave it to me.
She said she wanted to see if you were going to die first.
Right. And she didn't warn me. It's one thing to be like, oh, I have these, but I don't know what they are.
Yeah,
I got them from an old lady on the bus.
Yeah.
But the best part about this story is I don't remember if you probably wouldn't have taken it if you knew it was stranger candy. I think you tried one with me at the same time. Yes.
Yeah.
But here's the best part of the story. So I spit it out immediately. It tastes horrible. No offense to anyone in China that likes these things. And you were sitting next to me with the biggest sourpuss on your face. I can tell you hated it. And you're rolling the candy around and you're just like, oh, you're like, ugh. And I go, dude, why are you still eating that? And you had the best response. Hillary and I still laugh about this. You said, yeah, I know it's gross. You said, but some kid on the other side of the world loves this thing, looks forward to eating this thing, and I'm trying to get that experience to understand what they like. And you gave it a good go.
Look, I was committed at that point. Mm-hmm. It was already in my mouth.
And then I think when she said it was stranger candy, you spit it out too.
Yeah.
But the look on your face when you were like, no, you kept saying, you were like, some kid really, like, this is their treat.
Yeah, they bugged their mom at the store for this.
That's what you said.
Like, can I have one of these?
And you said you wanted to know.
It's horrible.
But you were like, but I'm gonna really see.
I want to see what all the hubbub was about.
Oh, I took like one.
It was bad.
Swish of that, and it tasted like barbecue dog shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It tasted burnt. I don't know what it was. I don't know what flavor it was supposed to be, but it did. It had a burnt taste to it.
Yeah, it was like real balled up, wasted chewing tobacco that had sat out in the sun. So for anyone listening, if you know what that is, please let us know.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was awful.
Send us some. We'll post a P.O. box.
That's our first sponsor. Dog shit tobacco candy. Yeah, I still got to get her back for that. One of the times I made, people say LOL or they're like, aha. One of the times I actually made Hillary laugh out loud. We were staying at her grandma's house. And I go to bed usually earlier than her, and she stays up and watches movies. And I had, gone to the guest bedroom, and I was laying in there. We still both had our phones. She's out watching a movie with her grandmother. And I was in bed. You're in bed. Dude, your ass itches a little bit.
Okay.
I gave myself a little scratch of the butt.
All right.
And then I think I was watching something on my phone, and I forgot. And this is not one of the times any smell was involved. But, just a little scratch. And then I'm watching my phone, and then a couple minutes had gone by, and I realized I was picking my teeth.
Oh.
So I sent her a text, and I literally, this is word for word, I said, I just accidentally ate my own ass.
Oh my God.
And I heard her cackle from 2 rooms over.
How do you forget that you just had your finger in your hole?
It was just a little, no, it wasn't in the hole. It was a little crack scratch. You know, it was a little itch.
Was it in the crack or the hole?
No, it was the crack.
Okay.
Top of the crack.
All right.
Little itch.
Okay.
But, you know.
I guess that's a little more.
But there was, you know, probably some bacteria, you know.
Yeah, I mean, your finger looked like a shit sickle.
Well, you know, you said bed bugs leave shit stains all over the bed. I have some bed bugs in my underwear.
Shit stains all over your bed. It's not from the bugs.
It was a little top of the crack scratch.
Oh, here's a question.
Yeah.
Did you keep scratching your teeth
No,
afterwards? Did you wash your hands? Did you get up and wash the hands?
I got up and brushed my teeth and washed my hands.
Okay.
But I just sent her a text and just said, I just accidentally ate my own ass.
Did you have E. coli poisoning?
I am not gonna lie. We joke I get food poisoning frequently, but you know me. I eat gas station hot dogs.
Yes.
I eat airport sushi. I'm a daring eater, but I did not get sick that time.
This man ate food off a hospital floor.
Did I? I don't remember that.
Yes. You dropped something on a hospital floor. You picked it up and ate it. And I looked at you in horror and disbelief that you, number one, would eat food off the floor. I said, we're in a hospital. This is the dirtiest place on earth. And you said, you know what you said? I don't give a fuck.
I don't remember it, but I believe it.
Yes. I was so disgusted. I thought you were going to die.
Oh, some of those old stories from school still make me laugh to this day.
I can't believe you fucking did that.
Son, some of those, I hope we don't forget this. Please remind me if I do, because I tend to be one of those guys that's always dreaming about the future or thinking about the past. Do you remember the 4 years we were in school? All we would talk about is how awesome it's going to be when we were graduated.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, when we graduated and we were working.
Fucking
Little did we
naive.
know, those 4 years were some of the best years of our lives.
Oh, they were.
It was so much fun. Some of my happiest memories as an adult
Yeah.
are, because for people listening, we went back to school later. Like we'd gone to college years earlier and we decided to change careers independently. We didn't know each other and went back to school in our 30s. And looking back on that, like my point is right now, I keep thinking like, oh, when this thing takes off and, you know, if we could turn this into a career, I don't want to lose sight of the fun we're having now.
Exactly. Like we did then. Yeah.
Like we did then.
Yeah.
Because I think back to those years where as awful as school was, you know, we didn't have it that bad. I mean, we'd be in school for half a day.
Yeah.
We'd go work out for 2 hours and just make each other laugh nonstop.
Yeah.
Then you go home, write papers and study and shit like that.
We
but,
didn't study a lot.
Well,
Let's
yeah,
just be real.
Yeah,
Let's
that's true.
just be honest.
But those were some of my happiest memories in the
fucking
past
best,
15 years.
Man. It was the best. We had such a good time, man. It was
Yeah.
like you look back on high school and think, man, we had it made. You didn't have to worry about this, that, or the other thing. You always look back, but you got to, like you said, don't lose sight of the fun you're having when you're having it, because you will look back and be like, man, those were the fucking days.
Yeah. So please, if you notice me not appreciating, like, again, I'm excited to be here. I'm having so much fun. This is great. We're hanging out again. We're laughing. We're having a good time. We're trying to create something special. It's awesome. And I find myself constantly thinking, I can't wait till this takes off.
No,
I can't wait.
Let's enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. We got to enjoy the ride.
Because we are lucky, you know, like we got jobs, you know, that pay the bills and we can do this in our free time. This is awesome. Yeah, I don't want to lose sight of that because those memories, like I said, I still laugh at some of the shit.
God, we had such a fucking good time.
I just...
Oh, here's one that's relevant and pertinent.
What?
How about all the missing people in state parks?
Oh my God, that's frightening. Yeah, I've seen that.
Isn't that crazy?
It is, and we were... Hill and I were just listening to one of those little documentaries where like state park rangers, like where they won't go out alone. Like even there, like there's some shady shit going on. Yeah, that kind of freaks me out. A lot of it's just, you know, horrible tragedy, but
yeah. And because it's not populated or explored if you fall off a mountain.
Yeah.
Because humans just don't go there.
No.
You just may not get discovered. So there's probably some of that. But
And I bet, even if you just fall naturally, I mean, animals are going to just tear you apart.
Yeah.
There's going to be nothing left.
and then if that doesn't happen, Bigfoot's certainly going to get you. It's going to be a Yeti or an alien. Oh, okay. All right.
I got scared.
These benches are a little creaky.
You scared me.
We're sitting on.
I'm sorry, I got scared.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a creepy topic. Just people going missing in general. You ever see that movie? I think it's with Kiefer Sutherland, and he like pulls up into a gas station, and then he comes out and his wife is gone, and it's the whole movie him trying to find her.
that sounds familiar. It's an older movie.
Yeah, it's from the 90s or early 2000s. I think it's called Vanished or something like that.
I'm sure I did. I don't remember anything about it, but it sounds familiar.
It is the most anxiety-inducing movie you can possibly watch because the entire movie you feel for the guy. Like he has no idea. Just gone.
Is there people around?
Oh yeah,
That's
like
even creepier.
like
When people look at you like you're crazy. You weren't here with anybody.
well that's part of the plot of the movie. It's like, he views like the camera from the gas station and like a truck pulls right in front of the car, and then like I think if I'm
So he has
remembering
no
right,
proof.
he has no proof, no nothing, like until he finally does.
Yeah.
But I think it takes years for him to like solve this. Yeah, it's really fucked up.
What happened? Spoil it.
Spoiler alert, some guy ended up kidnapping her, pretty much killed her within like 24 hours, buried her alive. And he tracks this guy down somehow. And I think he almost gets buried alive himself, but I think he, if I remember correctly, ends up killing the guy. Guy's like a serial killer.
Okay.
And basically just, finds young women. It's horrible. And then just buries them alive like on his plot of land. It's so fucked up. I don't remember how he lured her out of the car, but like he timed it so that like he knew where the cameras were. So like when a truck pulled, and like
This guy's a pro.
I remember watching that movie and I was like, that's got to be the biggest nightmare you could possibly live.
That's just scary because that happens in this day and age, and people getting snatched up
Yeah.
for like the sex trades or whatever weird shit people do.
Yeah, you and I are of the generation. We remember when there was kids' faces on milk cartons, remember?
Yeah.
And that was before the internet. Like, people just went. We used to walk home from school. Like, nobody gave a shit about us back then.
Yeah.
Nobody. And kids would just go missing.
Yeah, I don't think it was as frequent, or you just didn't hear about it because we weren't as connected back then. But
Yeah. But I remember there was that song. It's really sad, but the Soul Asylum song, Runaway Train. These are
Yes.
kids that actually ran away. They weren't abducted. And it's really sad because it shows all their pictures and they're still missing, and it's been decades. And, these are supposedly kids that just ran away from home, but you're not going to last very long out in the wild.
Where'd they go? In the wild?
I think they were just kids that just ran away from home, got on train tracks, tried to go somewhere, and just never were seen again.
That's
I know, it's
terrible.
horrible. Yeah, that kind of stuff is.
And no one knows what happened to them.
I mean,
Like a
some of
body
them
in
have
the
probably
woods
been
somewhere
solved.
rotting.
Yeah, there's actually crazy YouTube channels where, like, one of the ones I saw, which I thought was admirable, it was actually just like a car channel. They were just looking for old cars, and they found a car in a lake, and they pulled it up, and there were bodies in it.
Oh, damn.
And they actually helped solve a decades-old
Oh, man.
missing persons case, and it was a young couple that had ran off the road and drowned, and they never found them, and they paid the money to get like the car pulled out and everything like that because they were trying to get the car.
Yeah.
And then I think, if I remember correctly, after that they've helped, like, they got this like calling, this passion, and they've helped solve a number of unsolved cases.
Oh, that's cool.
Because either cops, they just believed, didn't search properly or didn't search the right area or maybe gave up. I don't really know all the details, but I do remember seeing the ones they helped solve and the families. I mean, it'll make you cry.
Yeah.
Like where the family's like, thank you. I needed something.
Yeah. They needed a closure.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they would, a lot of times it was in areas where they knew, like they knew from the investigation that it was probably somewhere in this lake. and it had been dredged before, but now there's different technology. There's easier ways.
Yeah.
And they just went, I think even one of them was like a scuba guy because, again, they're looking for cars. And even, I think in one instance, the cops knew where the car was, but they couldn't get it out at the time. And now, again, you can just do things. And so they did. They paid the money. They did everything to get the car out. And sure enough, you know.
There's probably a handful of bodies in that little lake.
Oh, my God. Yeah. You never know.
A couple of them.
Yeah, when we're walking the dogs sometimes in the woods, you ever heard of like a truffle pig?
I've heard that. What is that?
So like people will train pigs to smell out truffles. Truffles are like these super crazy, ridiculously expensive mushrooms that are used in cooking. And some of them can be thousands of dollars a mushroom, but they grow in really weird, sometimes like on a cliff or like on a waterfall. And so, these really smart animal owners have trained like pigs for some reason to really sniff them out. And, again, if they find these things, every single mushroom cap could be thousands of dollars.
Oh, man.
And they also have, police dogs and things like that sniff out drugs and money. And I've joked with my lady before, because we take the dogs, they're very active animals. We take them on a lot of hikes. And I was like, we should train the husky the scent of money. Because, you watch shows like Breaking Bad. Like, how often do you think, I mean, I really don't want it because it's probably dirty money. But, like, I bet you just right here, we're in the middle of some woods. There's got to be a briefcase of money sitting there.
It's not a briefcase, but there's probably a couple singles floating around.
Somewhere in North Carolina, there's a treasure trove of something.
That's true.
Even if it's just people's like engagement rings that are in the dirt, or there's a duffel bag of drug money that was thrown and never recovered because then they were taken out. Or again, I really wouldn't want anything to do with that, but there's probably stuff everywhere.
That's probably true. Or it's been there it's under 2 inches of dirt.
Yeah.
It's been there for 30 years.
It's there. We could be literally sitting 10 feet from now from $1 million buried.
Oh, man, you're making me want to dig around in the woods.
I know, right?
Did you know they have bed bug sniffing dogs?
I didn't, but yeah, those are fucking nasty.
Yeah, do you want to know how I know? They have bed bug sniffing dogs.
Oh, you got bed bugs?
Yeah, you see all these welts? No. I'm
Ugh,
just kidding.
Get away.
Back when I used to live in not such a great part of town, when we first finished school.
Yeah.
I lived in an apartment. To give you a time frame, I was mad that my 2-bedroom cost $800.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
People would kill for that.
I know.
Now.
And it was I'd say middle of the road, middle to low.
Yeah.
Apartment. And the office called one day. They said, I don't want to alarm you, but can you come down to the office? I was like, well,
because they spread.
You have just alarmed me. Yes, I'll be right there.
Yeah.
She said, one of your neighbors has bed bugs. I said, well, who?
Yeah.
Is it someone I share a wall with?
Yeah.
She said, yeah, they're right behind you.
Oh, shit.
This person had holed up. I don't know why. Hadn't paid the rent.
Yeah.
Hadn't opened the door. I mean, it turned into like a trash dump in this lady's apartment. I don't know who it was, but we shared a back bedroom wall.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, okay, we're moving today to a new apartment. And they did. They opened up a new apartment. And I moved all my stuff. But she said she's going to bring in a bed bug sniffing dog to see
how bad it is.
Or to see if I had it.
Yeah.
And there was bed bugs.
And they were just feasting on you.
No, well, they were. When she told me that, I went immediately home, emptied that entire room out.
Yeah.
Inspected. They're big. You can see them. They're not small.
Yeah.
So you can see them, and they crawl. They don't fly. They don't jump. So they're slow. So if they're there, you can see them, but they hide under the folds.
Yeah. Of the sheets.
And the way you can tell is you'll see they leave shit streaks, little shit contrails. They shit all over your bed, up in the little folds. And sure enough, there was a little shit contrail. And I think one of them got on my kitty because he had something on his neck that week. And I was like, is that a bug or a scab or what is it? He never goes outside at that time. But, and then I leave everything soft in that apartment. And then they cook it. They basically bring in propane heaters and turn it up to 150 degrees.
Yeah, kill them.
But I was out. So I left my shit in there, moved to a new apartment, took everything I could move.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I got bit at all.
I'm sure you did.
And I'm probably. And that was my next question, too, was, well, do they carry diseases? And they don't.
Yeah, I think they're just a pest.
Yeah. But that was too close for comfort.
Yeah,
That's disgusting. But yeah, they brought this dog in. This guy, and he could sniff out. There was this old, I think it was a golden retriever.
okay.
This old girl. She
Yeah.
was just had her little work vest on.
Oh, you know me. I'm one of the biggest dog lovers in the world. They're amazing
Oh, they can.
with what they can do.
I know.
And like I said, I never get scared at my house if my
Kitty cat.
little kitty cat. If my dogs aren't scared, you know, there
Yeah.
could be the scariest shit happening, and if they're not alerted, I'm not.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, their senses are crazy good.
They can sniff. I don't know if they still explore this, but they can sniff cancer.
Yeah, I've heard that. My husky can be in pitch black in the backyard, you know, just wandering around because it's all fenced in, so he can be off
Yeah.
leash. And you know, he'll sometimes. I wake up super like 5 a.m. and he's my little 5 a.m. buddy,
Yeah.
and he wakes up with me, and I'm having my coffee and you know doing whatever, and I'll see him in the back, and sometimes one of our little lights will flip on, but he's just in pitch blackness hunting, and I wish I could see the world through his eyes, like what he sees.
Can they see? They can see better.
They can. I don't know if they can see better at night, but they can definitely see at night.
Yeah.
They can see really.
I
Like
mean,
when,
better than us. They can see better than we can at night.
yeah, any animal where if you shine a light at them and their eyes glow,
Oh, yeah.
it means that they're able to see better at night, like better than we are at nighttime.
Because they have little LED bulbs in their eyeballs.
Kind of. It's something
Yeah.
about the retina reflects more light, which is why it looks super creepy when you're looking at
Yeah.
them. But yeah, both my dogs, if you use a flash, it looks like they have glowing red eyes.
Yeah, they look like demons.
Yeah, which they don't. His eyes are blue. You know, he's a husky, and my golden has little brown eyes. But yeah, they can see in complete darkness. It's crazy.
I wonder if. Wait, so if you shine a light, if you take a flash picture of an animal, that means.
All that camera flash is being reflected on their retina. Ours does it too. That's a little bit. That's why sometimes, like now, modern cameras and phones have auto red
out.
correction. But go look at a picture of yourself from the 80s. Every once
Yeah,
in
I
a
was
while.
going to say, because I'm pretty sure I've seen humans with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Again, there's auto red eye correcting technology now.
Not
but-
red eye, but the reflecting.
Yeah, well, right, because it looks red eye in a picture. That's why they
Okay.
call it that. But there's some pictures of us as kids where we look a little demon spawn.
Yeah, and
the
I was.
Yeah, the flash bulb was too high. But dogs, even with the red eye technology, because it's designed for humans, you take a photo with a flash and or you just look in the forest
yeah.
at night, you'll see glowing eyes.
Yeah.
It's because the light is being reflected better on their retinas and it's being reflected back out. So we see a shine like the
That's
moon.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Like I can't fathom what their world looks like. And that's not even their best sense. Smell
Yeah.
is most of their brain, which makes me feel bad because if I let it look like a gasser
Oh.
at home and I'm like, oh
They
my
don't
God.
care though. They're so
No, they don't.
they'll come and sit with you while you're taking a shit. I don't
Yeah.
know how or why.
My golden retriever Zoe will literally sit on the couch and eat her own ass for
Oh.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Can't smell that bad.
That's true. That's true. I think she likes it.
She must.
She's yeah.
She'll just dig in there. Oh, she does something that's so funny. You know, most guys, you're not as gross as me, but you know, like
True.
guys will pick our ear and smell it. You might not, but most guys do.
Okay.
You
No,
scratch
I
your
didn't-
butt,
I
you
didn't know
smell
that.
it.
Yeah.
You didn't do
okay.
that? You
No.
don't do that?
No. Yeah. I mean, no.
I've given myself pink eye, and I've definitely given myself, let's call it food poisoning.
Fucking hepatitis.
Yeah, but like, where's I going with this? Oh, so because you know my girl's disgusted when she sees me do that. Like,
Rightfully so.
right, I'll scratch my ear and then I'll smell it. But our little girl, our golden retriever, she is so funny. You'll literally see her scratch her ass with her paw, sniff her paw, then lick her paw so she can get a better scent and smell it again.
Oh. Something wrong with your dog.
She's just like me.
She's filthy.
They take after their owners.
She's disgusting.
She's just like me. It's so funny.
You seen that video of that monkey, little baby monkey, stuck on a tree?
Oh yeah, he smells his ass and falls out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
my
gets such a whiff of it.
God.
Yeah, that was one of the first internet viral videos.
Yeah. It was fucking great.
I remember that. I think that was even before YouTube. That was one that would like email around.
Yes.
And yeah, I think I still have it on my laptop. And he sticks his finger up his butt
Yeah.
He smells it, and then he literally, his head goes back, his arms go up, and he falls out of the tree.
It's his expression, because you know they're very human-like.
Yeah.
It is exactly what a human would do if they did the same thing. There was no doubt what went through his brain at that time.
And the best part is their balance is something we can't understand. And the fact that he falls out, like they can hang from their tails, they can climb up with their fingers, they can sleep in a tree. The fact that he falls out of that tree.
It hit him like a damn train.
That was one of the first viral videos I ever saw, and it's so funny.
Fucking hilarious. That's
I have that. I gotta find that and send it to you.
That was the day he discovered shit stinks.
He said, I'm not gonna do that again.
It's a bad idea.
I bet he did that again the next day.
Yeah, it felt good at the time.
Oh.
My ass itches. I'm sticking my finger in there. I wonder what that smells like. Oh boy.
All right, let's cut it here.
About to get rained out.
All right.